Okay, before we talk about Small Cave, we have to talk about the ranking system in this game. It didn't matter in Fog Castle, but in Small Cave it will. And that's because when you complete a dungeon, depending on which rank you get different rewards. And usually the better the rank is, the better the reward is. For Small Cave, the S rank reward is 3 speed nuts. And obviously we want them because, yeah, they save 7 seconds each. So I will give you the short version first, what you need to know about it, and then give you the long version at the end. So after completing a dungeon, you will get this ranking screen. And for the speedrun, the only relevant thing is that if you want an S rank, for each time you get found, so this row, you have to get 3 charged energy at least. So I got found once, so I need at least 3 charged energy to get an S rank. And if you get, I don't know, if you get found 3 times, then you need 9 charged energy to still get an S rank. Playtime shouldn't matter in a speedrun. If you know the way, then playtime won't be an issue. And continuous also shouldn't be a problem because you shouldn't die. Using the full card will also count as a continuous, so don't do it. And therefore, yeah, don't die because it's basically impossible to get an S rank if you die. So to prevent dying, you should heal. And the healing item is the red apple. It's always at the second spot in the inventory. You will pick up lots of them in the run, so you shouldn't run out. So now the question becomes, well, what counts as being found and what counts as charged energy? I will start with the being found part. So you get found every time you get a red exclamation mark by an enemy. So I have a counter at the bottom of the screen here. So if you knock at a wall, for example, you will only get a white exclamation mark, and that doesn't matter at all. Similarly, if you hit an enemy or something, oops, they will completely ignore it. Oh, that's all fine. What's not fine is if the enemy actually sees you. So here I got 2 red exclamation marks, so the found counter went up by 2. And for charged energy goes up passively by just running around while the sunlight meter is full. And the more sunlight you have, the faster the charged energy will go up. Now there are some caveats here. First of all, it will obviously not count up while you're in a menu or something or in a cutscene. But also there's a 6-second timeout. If you go... I shouldn't do this here. If you go 6 seconds without pressing any buttons, then the charged energy will stop going up. So as you can see here, it stopped. Now, all you have to do to prevent this is to press some buttons. You don't even have to move. So, for example, if I just, I don't know, run into the wall, all of that is completely fine. I can fast forward and it will go up indefinitely. You can also press press and hold A. Or you can press R to move the camera. But you don't have to move the camera. Holding R is enough. And if you have max sunlight, then you will get 1 charged energy approximately every 15 seconds. And if you want to farm charged energy, then you should always use max sunlight. Otherwise it will just be too slow. And that about covers it. So now let's actually do the dungeon. So when you go in, you will get this cutscene here, but you can skip it by mashing B and A once the fade out starts. So let me showcase this. And immediately after you go in, you get this cutscene. I will point out a general strategy for this dungeon. The idea is to go for this dungeon without getting found at all. So 0 getting found. You will charge at least 3 energy, so getting found once is okay. But for starters, I recommend not trying to play any games and just use this as a get out of jail for free card. Once we clear this cutscene, go through the room. And here in this first room, you want to very quickly go this path. You will cross into the line of sight of this bok, but it will be too far away and you won't get caught. And then run around the upper edge of the screen to the exit. Or like this. Stun this from behind. I will do it again slowly. Whoops, I did it wrong. All you have to do is face left and you will get a backstab, even if it looks weird. I will do it at full speed. I'll come here, turn left and stun it. And then you can just walk by. Here do the same thing. This also looks weird, but if you just face left here and fire, it will work. It looks like it shouldn't work, but it will. There we go. And for this one, you want to do the same thing in forecast with the spread. Fire 3 spread shots at him and do a pause between every shot to conserve energy. And if you do this, you will defeat the bok without the bok spotting you. So 1, 2, 3. And pick up this chest, this banana here. Now this room, you want to go through this room really quickly. If you make a movement mistake, you have to compensate for this later. So do this as optimal as possible. Do not do this slow zigzaggy movement. So, that might have been too slow already. Oops, I'm messing it up. So like this. In this room, here it doesn't matter anymore the movement, so if you're too slow, then you're too slow, whatever. Go to the left wall. If the speedrun runs out, don't refresh it yet. And this bok you can also defeat by shooting it while facing up. So, there we go. And backstab this one again. And now, if you did the movement correctly, in the previous room, you want to hold right, so not down right, but right, so you're facing right. And immediately after the screen transition, you fire a shot to stun the bok on the outside. Yes. If you are too slow in the previous room, the bok will already face down and it will see you. So when that happens, you just have to wait a cycle. So let's pretend we were too slow. This is how, and now you can open the chest, get the key, a cutscene will play, and backtrack. Stun this bok. Oops, that, well, I was too slow. So usually the bok still faces right when you come out. No, how did that not work? Come on. There we go. Usually it faces right and you can just kill it. You have some time here, 5 seconds or so to recharge energy. Oh, I'm just too slow in general. I will just do it at normal speed. So do this properly. Recharge energy here, you have 5 seconds. Now you have to wait for this bok to turn up and then fire right to shoot it. And here you shoot twice towards the right side. This will very briefly stun the bok, but it will be brief enough so you can run past it. And you want to fire 2 shots like I did here, because there are solar bamboos here and they can eat your first shot. Now if you did this correctly, you got found 0 times, like here. In that case, you can just YOLO it through here. This bok will see you, but it will be fine because you will have at least 3 charged energy. If you want to play it safe, you can also wait until the bok faces up. So Here it doesn't matter. Okay, I didn't get seen because, yeah, because I was talking so much. That was fine. So this trap is another bats trap. This is a bit more complicated, but you want to do the same thing like you did in Fort Castle. First run into the center and then run back towards the door to pull the bats toward you. So let's see if I can pull it off. It is. Swing, do it again. You have... Yeah, this is not really going well. Oops. And once, ideally, you finish this trap on the left side of the screen, because a skylight will spawn there. And after the result screen, you want to go to the skylight to recharge energy and wait until the reward chest spawns. Pick up the reward chest, use a speed nut, and leave. Let's see which rank we got. Mash B and A again, we got an S rank. Usually you get 3 or 4 charged energy, but yeah, like I said, that was too slow. If you don't get an S rank, then it's your choice whether you want to continue or not. You can continue just fine, you just won't have 3 speed nuts. Okay, so cutscene will play, run to the skylight and charge until the reward spawns. Pick up the reward chest, use a speed nut, and leave. Alright, so now for the long version of the ranking screen. Do I still have it? Yeah. So the easiest way to think about it is each of these 4 rows will give you either penalty points or bonus points. And if you have the same number of bonus points as penalty points or more bonus points than penalty points, you will get an S rank. If you have more penalty points than bonus points, you will get a lower rank. So for playtime only gives you penalty points. There is a time limit for each dungeon. You cannot see it. And for every second you go over this time limit, you will get 1 penalty point. Usually this does not matter in a speedrun, because if you know the route, then you will never have to worry about the time limit. And you can only get penalty points. You won't get bonus points for going faster. So this is, I don't get any penalty points or bonus points here. For being found, you get 30 penalty points per getting found. So this puts me at minus 30. Continuous would put you down 100 penalty points per continue. So that's really bad. And charged energy gives you 10 bonus points per charged energy. So the first 3 rows give you penalty points and the last row gives you bonus points. And if we math it out, we don't get any points here. We get minus 30, or rather 30 penalty points. And here we get 40 bonus points, which puts us at plus 10. And as long as the balance is 0 or above, you will get an S rank. I will also put Shenef's dungeon rank calculator in the video description. There you can play around with all of these values and see what you will get. But yeah, the short version is usually enough. For every being found, you need 3 charged energy and you're fine. Okay, so that is Small Cave.